walked, to go back a bit, when you said the Germans had deserted and you walked for a few days to get to where the Americans were, do you know where that was?
I think it was somewhere near Prague, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, James.
Didn't they stop at the Elbe?
Hey?
Didn't the Americans stop at the River Elbe? Wasn't that the...
Huh, I ain't got a clue.
Oh, right.
I ain't got a clue.
No,
When you like that, you just see them walking, so you know they're going away. Yeah.
So you're also a bit scared of the Russians.
And,
Were you also a bit fearful of the Russians coming?
oh yeah, I knew the Russians were coming, so everybody were going away, because if I'd have stopped for the Russians, I wouldn't have got home for weeks.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that, but I wouldn't have done.
Yeah.
But there I was home.
Because there were no phones or anything, how did you know what was going on? Was it just passed on from word of mouth?
Passed on from word of mouth. Yeah, you just didn't know. No. I mean, I know more about Arnhem looking at tapes on there than I knew, and everybody's the same. All them that went there, they know what they did. Others didn't know what they did.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd be together, only we won't be together. You know what I mean, James? You wouldn't know what one another's doing.
You're just doing your job.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
take care of theirs,
Yeah. You were trying not to be killed.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah. And I say most of the fellas were the same. You hear all the, I mean, 10,000 drop, you get 10,000 stories. Everybody's got their own story.
What did you do with the Beretta and the Luger that you got?
Oh yeah, didn't tell you that, did I? Yeah, I on the first aircraft. Was it the first? Oh yeah, on the one from the big army camp. Oh yeah, I know. It's young, what's his name? Young Yank come up, and he says, "Have you got anything? Have you got any guns at all?" And I said, "Yeah." I says, "Well, what you got?" He says, "I've got 2 watches here. And I had them for years after, one for your mum and one for me." And he gave me them. I gave him this Beretta. I mean, nowadays it'd be worth bloody hundreds. Anyway, I get in that, and I were happy with the 2 watches. And then when I gets to London airport, in the Halifax, I gets out there, and the pilot says, "Anybody got any guns?" I says, "Yeah." He says, "What you got?" I says, "This." Oh, I'll give you $5. No, I'm not. So he says, "All right, when anybody got any money?" All his crew, and they got. I said, "I want 10 quid," and they went round. I think I got 7. No, he offered me 7. That's it. I said, "No, I want 10. That was it. I want 10 quid," and he went round again, and I got 10 quid. So that were, I mean, a lot of money. Yeah, got that. Took them.
Is there any other possessions that you kept from the war that you really treasure or anything? Nothing apart from your medals, obviously. Yeah.
No.
Okay. So when were you in the army until?
Hey?
When were you in the army until? So after the war?
47.
Yeah.
1947.
Can you remember what you did on VE Day? When they announced the end of the war in Europe? Can you remember what you were doing?
What were I doing? I was on leave.
Oh yeah.
I didn't go anywhere.
So when did you next see Gran after when you got back to England?
When I got back to England.
Yeah, when did you next see Gran?
Oh, when I went on leave, they kitted us out and give you what's name, travel permit and I forget how many. They give you a few days leave. They didn't give you many, and then they kept on renewing your leave. And I went home, I got an American kit bag full of stuff, full of pinch, what I got, pinch stuff and that. And I got some rugs that had pinched out of factory, and we had them years for, what's the name, rugs upstairs and that, like fur rugs. And what else? Oh yeah. I gets on the bus outside the station, and I gets off at Melbourne Road, at the bus stop, Melbourne Hall, and I just slinks, gets off, and who should be walking up to me? My brother-in-law, Joe, and his brother-in-law from his first wife, and his mate, 2 sailors, drunk, they're all drunk. They've been round my mum's, just coming from my mum's, and that's how. And I said to him, "Is Vi there?" He says, "Yes, yeah." He says, "And you got a baby, you know." I didn't know I got a baby. Didn't know. So I got a baby. Yeah. And that's how I knew I got Gaz. And that's how old you would come along.
Then you went and got drunk on cherry brandy.
Hey?
Then you went and got drunk on cherry brandy.
Me, ma'am?
You did. Went and got drunk on cherry brandy.
I forget now.
With Joe and them. Yeah.
No, your mum.
No, you did. When they took you to the pub.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I can't remember. Oh dear. Yeah, then I was, anyway, when I went back off leave, they wanted some body with experience to train these others that hadn't had any, what's name? So they gave me a stripe, and then they gave me 2 stripes, and that were it. Yeah.
So where was that? Was that in Leicester?
Hey?
And was that in Leicester?
No, I was, where was the station then? First. I think I went down to Aldershot then. I know where I was, don't get me mixed up. Oh no, I know then. No, I was sent down to Devon, Piddlington in Devon, Devonshire, Piddlington, and that was a big holding camp, for such as us coming back. I went there, and they were short of NCOs to train these others, so, and I was one that picked. So I went on a course, NCO's course, and passed that. And then they gave me 2 stripes. And like I was instructor, just running the others round and, yeah, making a nuisance of myself. Yeah.
Hey, so can I ask you a question? For when you went to, this is going back a bit, but when you went to North Africa for the first time, was that your first time you'd ever been on a ship?
Yeah.
Yeah, and your first time overseas, obviously,
yeah.
As well. And you would have been, what, 18?
Yeah, 19.
19.
Yeah.
Can you remember how you felt when you were first going overseas for the first time?
Can I remember what?
Can you remember how you a long way back, but do you remember how you felt when you were going overseas for the first time? Were you nervous, or were you excited, or just...
I know.
Yeah.
Just like all the others.
Yeah, nothing, yeah.
When you're that age, Judge, it's the same as when you're jumping out of a plane, you don't care.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just that.
Yeah. And so did you stay in touch with your mate Jack after the war?
Yeah, where did I see him? I know. Yeah, we was on holiday and walking down street in Mablethorpe, I think it was, Mablethorpe. And I don't think Bill were born then. And walking down there, down the main street there, and this bloke walking by me with his 2 kids, and I looked at his badge and looked at him, and he looked at me, and we still kept on walking. Then we turned round, and we both said, he said Bill and I said Jack, yeah. And he was in the, what's his name, then fire service. Yeah, he joined he got to be an officer in the fire service. But I didn't keep in touch with him. I've seen him at the celebrations like at Stoke Rochford.
What was your next job after you left the army then?
Steel erector. I worked for Bung and Richards, the steel erecting firm, and they trained me to go steel erecting because I could climb, you know, and they learnt me to drive the crane there, and I used to drive the crane as well as steel erect. Yeah, that was a good job, but your gran didn't like it, so you had to travel, and she didn't like. And I always remember I was going down to Wales and on the Monday morning, and I got my case and I'm going out the front door, and your gran was crying like anything, don't go, don't go. So I had to go down to the bottom of what's the name hill, what's the name street, Hakeman Avenue, bottom there, and met the lorry that was going, and I said, I'm not going. I got my case there,